Good evening, folks. How is everyone doing tonight? Thanks for coming by and spending a little time with me. I always appreciate you putting some eyeballs on. Always much love, my friends. Do me a favor. Like, share, mind, thumbs up, thumbs down, comment, spur the algorithm. I hope you guys are all having a big 3-1 today. That's right. I want you happy. I want you healthy. I want you safe. I could tell you a story today. Maybe I will later on. But, you know me. Flap them gums like I'm trying to fly. So instead, let's talk about tonight's beer. We are looking at Palm Sway Tropical IPA from Coronado Brewing. Paid $12 for the 6-pack, but I think that's because the girl at the store didn't know how much it cost, and she likes me because I tease her all the time. Cute kid. If I was 35 or 40 years younger, smoke show. Anyway, kick back and relax. This 1 pint can contains a 6.5% alcohol by volume. Okay, that's fair enough. Let's get tropical on island time, moments drift like the ocean breeze. So, kick back under the swaying palms and enjoy this juicy ale packed with tropical hop flavor. 2021 Gold, category English IPA or New Zealand IPA. I didn't know there were New Zealand IPAs, but something new every day, right? IPA brewed and canned by Coronado Brewing Company. Let's get tropical, stoked on beer. Please keep our seas clean and recycled. Don't tell me what to do. You are not my supervisor. All right, let's do the crack. Let's do the pour. Let's do the temp. Let's see what we got going on here. We'll get an SRM because they give us none of that on the internet. I do not have a cold. I do not have the vid. I do not have the flu. I got the Chemergies, man. They bombed the living hell out of us today, and that's why it's in the 80s right now. That's a pretty beer. Look at that. Beautiful head. Nope, that's the wrong knob. We want this knob. Very nice. Very nice. Smooth and creamy. Can't go wrong with smooth head, right? Let's get a temp on that. You know what? I know Brother Runner likes to watch the Cascades. Coming up, I have to replace the muffin top. This one is non-nucleated, so just bring up the Cascades as nicely. Cascading bubbles of effervescence that rise from the bottom. We are sitting at down she goes. Where she stops. That's a big, thick pillowy head, my friends. 48.49. We can do 48.49. That's right on the cusp. That's right on the edge. Here we go. Maybe see the bubbles a little better now. Make pretty lava laps. Okay. 6. Remember, we grade 1 to 100. We don't do that 500 shades of gray bullshit that people like. No, I'm old. I ain't got time for that shit. Plus, I can't see that many colors. All right. One last look at the head as she's starting to settle down a bit. Still very nice, pillowy, frothy. We can work with that. So far, she looks like she's been really well crafted. So, Biden time as she's starting to lace for us. So that one looks like a dolphin. And this is a sea-themed beer. Hey, good signs abound, my friend. Biden time. Let's get that sniffer in there. she might be too cold because I'm not really picking anything up. I mean, very, 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 like 0.2 out of a 1 to 10 scale, maybe a hint, but not a lot. On the other hand, it is a hint leaning towards juicy, but that could just be, you know, the fact that we know that this is tropical, so here's what it is. Slip of the tongue. Nice. Really nice mouthfeel. Intradentals, extradentals, soft palate. She rides the tongue 3/4 of the way back. Just lights everything up. It's really, really nice. She's dirty. There's definitely hops on the back end, but not particularly bitter. She's fast, she's dirty, and she's not particularly bitter. Draw your own conclusions, but you know where I would normally go with that setup, so yeah, unfortunately. Oddly, the flavor profile matches the aroma on here. It's flat and non-existent, and so I'm not getting a tropical extravaganza, a punch type thing, if you will. She could be too cold. When I say she's dirty, it's because she's clinging to the inside of my mouth. But she's not throwing anything out for me to catch, right? I'm not getting a pineapple or a mango or a guava, which is usually what we think of when we think tropical. I'm not really pulling any of those up. Okay, well, the dogs are off. Interesting, but mild. I think mild would probably be a good descriptor. We're currently sitting at 52, so it's not going to take much more for her to warm up. I know the fella over on YouTube asked me why I referred to them in the feminine. I thought I explained it, but I'm old, man, and so, you know, cars, boats, guns, planes. The old one with cars was, if it's got tits or tires, it's going to give you issues. So, offshore winds blow our worries out to sea. As the palm sways, so do our mainland inhibitions. Crack the can, take a sip. We're on island time. Kick back and enjoy this juicy island-style ale packed with tropical hop flavor. Gold medal winner. We went through that already. The ABV they gave us. The food pairings are brew pub pretzel and buffalo tenders, and that's it. Ooh, man, they make a Japanese lager though, and I do like those Jap rice lagers, man. Jasmine rice though might not work. What now? Why are you going to tell me use jasmine rice with halotau, mitterfru, but you won't tell me what's in this? Our friends over at Untapped also give us nothing. They give us exactly the same. They usually just copy the page over, except they are nice enough to tell us that this is 65 IBU beer. Well, I can tell you from where I'm sitting right now, it is nowhere near 65 IBUs. If it is, they've crafted it so well that you would never notice. And remember, I'm a big puss, man. I don't like a heavy, bitter, smack-in-the-face beer. And this ain't one. If I would have had to guess, I would have put her more in the, at this, probably 25. So there is that big distinction in how they crafted this. On the other hand, I'm not getting the fruit flavors. So 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. We're at 52, so we got a little while to go yet, which means we're going to pause. We're going to let it warm up, and we will be back. So, Hang tight, my friends. I will see you in the blink of an eye. Alrighty, my friends, we are back. We are looking at 54.55. That puts us right in there. 49 and 6.55. 48 and 6.54. So we're wiggling around the window. Let's see what we got going on now. That sniffer in there. It's Biden time. Still not really pulling any kind of fruit out of there. I'm not really pulling a tropical. There was a soapy note, a saponic note, if you will. Yeah, I know. Just don't worry about it. That's a little better. That was a little juicier. So not a heavy citrus note. Now that might be more towards like a guava, maybe some pineapple. Not I wouldn't rule out mango, but you know, I'm not pulling orange, I'm not pulling tangerine, I'm not pulling peach, which makes sense. None of those are tropical. Well, technically, none of those are tropicals. It smells like she finally opened up for us. So. Slip of the tongue. Dog is insane. Gunner. He's batshit crazy. Nice. So, the flavor profile is actually collapsed down. Well, let me rephrase that. The mouthfeel is actually collapsed down. A little leakage out into the buccals. A little intradental. Mainly soft palate, tip of the tongue. It's gotten very fast. She just cruises the top of the mouth right to the back of the throat now. She's still dirty. I'm still not getting a heavy fruit note, which that could just be me. Again, I'm no super taster. Just guy drinks beer on the internet. I'm looking to see if the hawk is going to take those pigeons down. The flavor profile is so light as to be non-existent, other than to be beer. A little bit on that back swallow. So they said 65 IBUs. They might have their numbers incorrect. There is no way that this beer is anywhere near that bitter. Again, I don't like bitter beers. I am not a fan. Now, if it actually is 65, because the webpage didn't tell us jack shit, but the friends at Untapped did. Scusi. Then they have just absolutely work crafting magic on this, because she does not drink like a 65. The lack of tropical notes and the lack of that hard bitterness, other than the oils that are coating my soft palate and stuff, the intradental area, the dryness that comes, and it's 65 at 6.5. It's not a super arid dryness. It's just kind of a light chalkiness. You could probably slip this by somebody as a hop lager. Just throwing it out there. I don't know what their base is. I mean, if this is quite literally just a hop lager instead of a New Zealand IPA, which I've never had, so that's interesting in its own right. Okay, she's good. Don't get me wrong. I like this. I could drink this, and I've got 5 more of them, so it's Friday night, and I will. Red. Remember, everyone deployed. That's what we wear on Fridays. At least until we get everybody home. Yeah, no, she's solid. I like this beer. I don't know what to tell you. It was nice of the girl to give it to me for $12. And like I said before, there's your lacing. What in the hell is that? I don't know. Maybe that's the New Zealand island chain before that island off of New Zealand sank. No clue as to what that is. It's not a clue. Or that. So for the lacing fans, the Rorschach test I failed today. You could literally get by with this as like a lightly hopped lager. It's really hard to tell the difference on anything else. She is currently sitting at 59 and change, 60, right? So we've only gone up 4 or 5 degrees. But she's getting to that point where she's starting to get manky. Manky just means musty, off-putting, unpleasant. She's starting to get there, but she's also starting to bitter up. That was why I stuck the probe back in there. Squizzy. All right, you know what? I'm going to kill the camera, and we'll come back in another 2-3 degrees, see what's going on, and we'll work it from there. How does that sound? Does it work? For me. We'll see you in a second. Alrighty, my friends, we are losing the light, which is not unusual because it is still shit. It's March 21st. Welcome to spring, my friends. We are looking at 61, babies. We are there. We are topping this beer out here. Again, as a 6, she was a lager or pills, Kolsch, 40 degrees, 38 degrees. Really pop and shine, but them IPAs, man, gotta open them up. You gotta let them oils and them esters get out there. Oh, Esther, you got a face. Oh, I gotta take your face and make gorilla cookies. You have to be old to get that reference, but she used to call Fred a fish-eye fool all the time. Fish-eye fool? Oh, Esther. Let's see what we got going on. Son of a... Here's your fruit notes, okay? Now your fruit's opened up, and you are literally getting the pineapple. You are literally getting the guava. Is the beer drinkable at this temperature? Because 61 freaking degrees, man. We went through this with some of the darker stouts and stuff, where they were literally crafted to be imbibed at the lower temperatures so that you could really get the experience. And when you got to the upper temperatures, they were less than drinkable. This one's just starting to pop now, and it's 60 degrees. Don't get me wrong. If it was 40 degrees out and we were sitting around and you handed me a 60-degree beer, I'd be like, oh, okay, it's fucking cold out here, man. But that would be the reverse of a cooler. That'd be a warmer then. Let's slip it a tongue, my friends. Just the opposite now. So everything in this beer has shifted from the uppers to the lowers. She hit the tongue. She hit the sublingual zone. She hit the lower buccal and lower outers. Worked her way back, went right down the top, and didn't even touch the top of the roof of the mouth. just the way they work sometimes. The fruit flavors are presenting, and she hasn't bittered up to that 65 that they told us she was, which makes me wonder if she is actually a 65. While the nose is giving us the fruit notes, the flavor profile is really not. They're there, but they would be like a 2 out of 10 at this point, and you would have a hard time sussing out one from the other, which I don't have a problem with. I mean, we've drank a lot of fruit punch beers before, so this would be like a tropical punch. The nose is more impressive than the tongue, so just throwing it out there. Let's wrap this up because we're gonna lose the light. I still have to shoot a short because there are people who watch Ted Lasso and they're goldfish, which means that, I don't know, they have like 5-second memories. I don't know. Be a goldfish. The fuck does that even mean? Neither here nor there. So, would I buy this beer again? Yeah, I like this beer. It's a good beer. Solid. Drink this beer again? Well, you know, only... Oh, twist it. Twist that arm. Twist it. Try it on tap? Next time I'm in Cali, we're definitely swinging by their tap house. They have a really nice tacker I want to add to the wall. It's a mermaid with a pitcher. It's fucking cool. Handed this to me out of the cooler. I would say thank you very much. Nothing wrong with this. This is a really nice, solid beer. Good for the style. Well, I've never had a New Zealand IPA, so I don't know. I can't judge on this. For just a standard or a West Coast, not particularly. Because the flavor never pops. The profile never presents. So, is what it is. Interesting flavor profile. Not particularly, although the nose got really, really interesting once she warmed up. The flip side of that is, I don't want to be drinking 62-degree beers. Call me weird. Otherwise, I mean, she's pretty well crafted. She's not... They didn't nail this, right? So if they had nailed this, then the fruit would present. We wouldn't have to wait till 62 to get a nose. We did have that interesting flavor profile shift where it went from uppers to lowers. Oh, and the fuckers didn't give us any information, but they gave us the information on the Japanese rice lager that I really want to try, except they used jasmine rice. Pretty sure you're just supposed to use traditional white sticky rice, but not the Brewmeister, what do I know? I like this beer, but she's not super interesting. But she's drinkable. But, again, horrible beer snub. The ginormous beer snub stick up the ass. Says we have to knock points off for this. So... Four and a half. They're going to give her a 4.5. I was waffling 4.5, 4.75, 4.5, 4.75. 4.5. I mean, I really like this beer. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think she's particularly well made. There are too many pieces missing to the puzzle that had they worked them in would have made this stellar and outstanding. Now, back in 2021, this was a gold medal winner. Well, that's how many brews ago? How many batches ago? What did you change since then? It's bland, it's light. I mean, people who aren't really big beer aficionados could drink this and be completely happy. Your Bud Light friends could drink this and they'd be like, well, it doesn't taste like, you know, urine, but it's not bad. 4.5. That's what it's got. And I like this, and I'm giving it a 4.5. So what does that tell you? Such is life, my friends. All right. Gotta jump. Gotta shoot the short. And it is getting dark. So I will catch you on the next one. But until then, my friends, you know what I want you to be? I want you to be healthy. I want you to be happy. And I want you to be safe. And here on this channel, that is known as Big Three, babies. And then I want you to be honorable, dutiful, vigilant. That's the other three. And then the next three. Head on a swivel. Huh? Under the radar. Okay, be the gray man. Hot and handy. Comes with its own responsibilities, but that is on you to make sure that you're compliant with those, dare I say, unconstitutional regulations that they have foisted upon you. I dare. Anyway, I will see you on the next one, but thanks for coming along for another drink along. And remember, like, share, thumbs up, thumbs down, push the channel. You know those motherfuckers on YouTube hate me, which is okay, because I hate them back too. So you know what we're going to do? Just for shits and giggles. I know you tuned in. He said, dude, there's no music. Yes, there is.